Hello, everyone. This is Darren M. Palmer with another episode of the Author Spotlight. You know what the Author Spotlight is about. You have been following the show this long. You know this is for those who are change agents, thought leaders, those who are planet shakers, who are making the world a better place by sharing their gifts, their talents, their expertise, encouraging each and every one of us to reach our full potential. Speaking of reaching our full potential, I have a guest on here that's oh man, yeah. I like to call her B squared. Beauty and brains. We have Wynter Patterson. Before I have her come in and share a little bit with each and every one of you, Wynter Patterson is a dynamic speaker, entrepreneur, ordained minister, and visionary leader who has dedicated her life to helping others with processing pain and transforming it into purpose. Also, as the founder and CEO Wynter Patterson of Wynter Patterson Ministries, Patterson teaches through transparency. She used her talents to become owner of Wynter Tyme Publishing, which has published her I Am a Pearl book series. I shared a little bit about Wynter, but you could do a better job than I can talking about Wynter. Could you share a little bit about to our audience who you are and fill in any gaps that I might have left out about who you are and about your company right now?
Absolutely. So I am Wynter Patterson. I am a former vice president for Chase Bank, 14 years in corporate America. I am the owner of Wynter Tyme Publishing. I also have written 2 books of the I Am a Pearl series, and that is I Am a Pearl, A Woman's Guide to Understanding Her Pain, Process, and Purpose,
Awesome.
and I Am a Pearl, Praying with Power. I'm also the founder and CEO of Wynter Patterson Ministries, which has our Pearl Academy, a mentorship program for girls in 7th through 12th grade. So between all of those things and getting opportunities like this, my life is absolutely full.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Wynter, for sharing that with us. And while you're bringing that up, I just want to go into, if you could share with the audience, because this is informal. We like to have this just like we're having coffee or tea or having a juice for those who are juicing right now, getting ready for the new year to come in. So you can be fine as wine for all those out there who are trying to be in shape. Want to send love to you all. But could you share a little bit about why the I'm a Pearl series? Why this book? I mean, from your expertise in corporate America to the various things that you've been blessed to do, why was it laid on your heart to move forward with I Am a Pearl series with all the things that you could have done?
Absolutely. I loved what I did in corporate America. God gave me some really wonderful opportunities, but my heart has always been burdened for people who are hurting. My heart was always for people understanding their purpose and taking pain and realizing that truly all things work together for our good. So the Lord laid the I Am a Pearl book on my heart when I heard the parable of the pearl in Matthew 13:45 and 46. Where basically God called us pearls of great value. And as I began to really study that scripture, it came to me that God is calling us pearls in spite of our mistakes, in spite of our obstacles, and in spite of the pain that we've experienced, in spite of the things that make us feel less than. And if we really take a moment and understand what God said about us, we're invincible. We are powerful. We move in ways, we pursue our dreams. There's just so much power in understanding who God said that you are. And so that's where the book came from. And then after the first book, God starts showing me now that we understand who we are, now that we're healed, there are things that we need to do to maintain our healing, and that is prayer. We've got to develop a strong prayer life or meditation life, however you like to call it. But that's what's going to keep us centered. That's what's going to keep us doing the great things that we're planning to do, that we feel that we're called to do. And that's, my plight. I just want to show people that everything that you've been through can prepare you for the next level and for greatness.
Wow. You know what? When you bring that up about the next level and greatness, there's so many people, Wynter, that they don't understand that greatness is within them. They think, okay, it's for Wynter, it's for Darren, it's for Oprah, it's for Warren Buffett, but they don't realize it. So I'm glad you're sharing it. For those who are listening, those who are watching this, I want you to make sure that you pay close attention to the words of wisdom that Wynter is speaking into each and every one of us. because your seed of greatness will only awaken and will only grow if you believe.
Yes.
You have to believe. And speaking of belief, how did you, so many people have failed at the task of writing a book.
Mm-hmm.
What made you believe that you could actually write a book?
You know, I had the idea, and unlike, I think what happens to many of us, we get the idea, we get, you know, some things that are coming to us, and we never do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was like every time I got ideas, every time I got content, I was writing it down. I was going somewhere to put it on paper. And it started to come together. Pretty soon I had an outline. And now it did take me, and I'll tell anybody, it took me 3 years to write my first book. It took 3 years of picking it up, putting it down, picking it up, putting it down. But I knew I had this message. I had ideas coming to me at all times. And I made it a point that I was going to get this done, even if it took some time. And praise the Lord, we did it in 3 years. And it's been amazing.
Awesome. So it took you 3 years.
Yes.
Let's talk about the second one. How long did the second one take you after you did the first one?
Probably 1.5 years, but so it was faster, right? I think you get better.
That's it.
You definitely get better. And I would have actually done it sooner, but I was writing more than one book at a time. And it wasn't until I realized, like, everything that I'm thinking about is towards this prayer book. So I, finally started directing my energy towards one, and I was able to get it done.
Okay, Wynter, I know people are thinking it in their head. You have a lot going on. I'm just talking with you. You're getting ready to fly out. You'll be, I think you believe in Michigan. You'll be somewhere else. I mean, people can check your schedule on your website at wynterpatterson.com. But how do you do it all? From pouring into people, keeping yourself in shape, keeping yourself healthy, your own spiritual time, you running businesses, you helping other people publish, you're doing so many things. Could you give us some hacks or some of the best practices that you have that allows for you to produce and create content for your books?
Absolutely. I think there are two main things that I really attribute my success to, and one would be prayer. I know some people are like, oh, here they go with this prayer thing again, but really.
Here come the saints. Here come the saints.
Right. But I'm serious. When you really take time out to center yourself, to gather your thoughts, to decompress, because that's really what prayer is. Prayer is me being able to go and decompress all the situations of life, right? And really get focused and hear from God. And so I think, one of the biggest things is prayer. I make sure that prayer is a big part of my day. And then the second thing is I try to surround myself with positive people, a great support system. I want to be in contact with people like you, Darren, people who, in my church family, people who are reaching for greatness, people who want to see me prosper. And because I have such a really good circle, I think that also helps me to keep going when I do feel discouraged or when I do want to give up. Because the truth of the matter is, if you really are pursuing a dream, you are going to have days where it just does not feel right. It doesn't feel good. I'm ready to give up. And that's when your circle can come in and lift you up.
Speaking of lifting you up in circles, I want to make sure I put this the right way to the audience. Some of you must understand that you must give up to go up.
Yes.
Some relationships, some people from one season won't transition with you into the new season. Mm-hmm. And I see so many people, and I'm going to let Wynter speak on this, but don't take it lightly what she's sharing about being around other like-minded individuals. I'm not saying that they got to think exactly like you, but people listen to what she shared. People who are going after are just operating in their purpose, in their gift, going after their greatness. It's infectious. That mindset of positivity, that mindset of overcoming and persevering will rub off on you. But counter that with, if you got people who stuck, all they want to talk about is what happened in the old days or what happened in college. I'm not saying you can't go down memory lane, but what I am saying is we should continue to evolve and create new memories and create opportunities for others and keep reaching higher and higher. Do you agree with that, Wynter, of the importance of that?
Absolutely. Like, you need people that inspire you, people that are going, like you said, they don't have to have the same dream. They don't even have to have the same hustle, but the mentality that they're reaching and striving does a whole lot for you mentally. And then the second thing is, you don't want people around you who are always being the devil's advocate or telling you what has never been done or what can't be done or how, this dream sounds crazy. Those are not the people you want. You want some people who have also walked on water so they can say, yeah, that sounds crazy, but if you are really in it, I'm with you, and I will, pray with you. I'll walk with you through it.
Exactly. And speaking of that, you have 2 books out now. You're doing a series. It's been a great deal going on in your life. Could you share with the audience, what have you experienced? What has been the experience of you being an author? What has that meant to you? How's your family acted towards you? Was it some positive experiences that you had? Could you share a little bit about that, by you being an author?
Yes, I would say, with anything, I had a great amount of support that came from my family. But then I also had some people that it took them a while to really get it and understand that this is real, like this is really what I do. And I would just encourage people who are pursuing their dreams. You will have people in your circle, in your family, that may not fully understand or fully support what you're doing, but that is no reason to give up. That's no reason to put down your vision, no reason to throw in the towel. Eventually, either they'll come around or they won't, and you'll still be successful in what God has called you to do if you keep moving forward.
That's important. That's important because some don't understand that. I mean,
no.
Not only that, but by you operating that and operating your gift is changing your life. What I've noticed too, and you can stop me if I'm wrong, but you could expound on it if you think it's relevant. Having something that's tangible, like when you jump on that plane, you go to Detroit, or you go to, I'm not just saying Detroit, but if you go to Michigan, you're able to leave something there so people can have tangible steps of how to be empowered. So if Granny, so to speak, or if Big Mama can't make it to the event, I can purchase a copy of your book and carry it to her that she can read at her convenience.
That's right.
Someone at my job who might be struggling through a divorce, or somebody who's a single parent, it might be a father and his wife passed away, unfortunately, and he needs something to have a breakthrough or give him encouragement. So have you witnessed that type of stuff as well, by the legacy piece and how you can be in multiple places at one time by sharing your story with the world through your book? Have you witnessed that as well?
Yes. It's funny. I have a really great following in Chicago. I don't know how it happened. I can't really explain it, but I have a lot of people who still have the book, that are still purchasing, that are buying for other people, that are requesting me to come speak. And I just look at it as a little piece of my legacy that is there. It's being spread. People are, still reading and still receiving the message that I know that the Lord sent me to write. So it has been a blessing. And you're right, that legacy lives on. I tell people, just imagine when you write a book, just imagine, let's say 100 years from now, when they're digging up artifacts, your book could be something that is studied, on culture, years and years from now, because you left your imprint in the world, because you left your legacy. So it is not a light thing, no matter how light you believe your message is. It's necessary. It is legacy, and you just never know who you might touch.
And speaking of touching, could you share our audience, because I know people listening to this, they want more of you. They just like the people in Chicago. They want more of Ms. Patterson. They want to know, how can they connect with you? You're speaking their language. And we could only cover so much in this particular episode of Author Spotlight. So could you share with them websites, how they can get your website, how can they get your book, social media handles, anything that you want to share, upcoming events, whatever you feel like sharing, could you share with the audience right now?
Absolutely. So if you want to see, more about the books, the classes that I offer, all of that is going to be on wynterpatterson.com. That's Wynter with a Y, Wynter Patterson. I'm also most active on Instagram at Wynter Patterson. I'm also on Facebook. I'm on Twitter, and I'm on Snapchat. All of my handles are at Wynter Patterson. This weekend I'll be in Chicago, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday I'll be doing an entrepreneurship workshop. I'm sorry.
I like that. Correct it. Good job.
That's true. Saturday, and then I'll be preaching at 2 services on Sunday. So if you are in the Chicago area, I'll be at Cornerstone Christian Center on the south side of Chicago, south suburbs. We'd really love to see you guys there, but check me out on my website online. I would love to interact and connect with you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Wynter, for sharing that information. And for those of you who weren't able to get all that information down, we will have that in the show notes when this show airs. By the way, Wynter, could you speak to that person out there that's looking at you that's like, wow, she's brilliant, she's beautiful, she's impacting so many lives. I see why Wynter published a book. And I understand she's sharing with me that my story matters and that it could be studied in culture, but I'm just so-and-so from Timbuktu. Mm-hmm. Could you share a message of hope or encouragement to that person out there who's straddling the fence right now and wondering should they share their story with the world? Could you share with them the importance of why they should do it?
I would tell anyone that if you have a dream or a vision, especially one that's keeping you up at night, don't hesitate. Write the vision. The Bible says write the vision and make it plain. I encourage you, write down the vision every time, every day. If you focus on what you're called to do, you are getting a step closer. And so I just, I encourage people to not let fear stop you. Every day, if you put one foot in front of the other, by the end of the month, the end of the week, year, you're further than where you came. So I encourage people, don't let fear stop you. God has placed so much greatness in so many people in this world. Every person, I believe he's placed greatness. Every person has a potential to do exactly what I'm doing, if not better. I am not the exception to the rule. I'm just a person that went for it. And so if you feel that God has placed on your heart to write a book, to start a business, to start a partnership, to start a food truck, whatever it is, go after it. Do the research, get in community with some people who are like-minded, and go after the vision. You can do it.
Wow. Did y'all hear that? Do the research and get in community with people. Wow. You hit it, man. You knocked it out the park with that one. You knocked it out the park. You might tell the folks at Wrigley Field they might need to watch out when you're in Chicago, girl. You're hitting home runs with that. Make sure that you follow that advice, please. I can't tell you how many people are squandering their opportunities.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's like the old book, Acres of Diamonds. You're sitting right there on your wealth. You're sitting right there on your breakthrough. But because you're not viewing it the right way, your perception is your reality. And that's what Wynter is sharing with us. The only thing about her, the only thing about me or anybody else who are moving forward is that we chose to walk out in faith.
That's right.
It doesn't mean that you're perfect. Doesn't mean that you're better than anybody else. It's just operating in faith and saying, you know what? I trust you, God. I'm moving forward. I'm going to surround myself with people who can encourage me. Also, give me some lickings a little bit to give me understanding, get my mind right, encourage me to get back on the track and keep going. You're either winning or you're learning. There's no such thing as losing unless you quit or you never start. So thank you so much, Wynter, so much for coming on. I appreciate you. I know you got to get stuff ready. You got flights to catch. So I appreciate you coming and pointing to us on the Author Spotlight. We really appreciate you taking that time out, because I know that you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here with us this evening. So I want to thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Again, I commend you on this platform you've built and the following that you have. That is, it is really commendable. I see what you're doing, and God bless you.
Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, I cannot leave this episode without saying, Axum Jacks, SFA.
That's right.
I can't leave that out before we close that out. There you go. There you go. So if y'all don't know about that, that's in the Piney Woods of Northeast Texas.
Yes.
University that we were able to attend together. And so Stephen F. Austin, for those who don't understand that Texas history, that F stands for Fuller. So yeah. I told you watch that, but we were able to get that. So some good things that came out of SFA.
That's right.
Thank God we don't look like what we've been through, but we still
we survived, right?
We survived by the help of the Lord. And so I want to thank you so much, Wynter, again for coming on. And I want to tell those who are listening, make sure that you follow the advice that Miss Patterson has shared for us today. Make sure that you be encouraged by those gems that she dropped to us. Make sure that you know that these are value bombs, but you must place them in your heart, in your spirit. Take your prayer life to the next level. Go to wynterpatterson.com. Get the book. Reach out to her. See the things that she's offering, her and her team. Reach out to her. Get her to come to your church or get her to come to your meeting. Have her keynote, whatever it may be. If you need a workshop for your team or your leadership team, she can help you with that as well. Do not pass up on the opportunity of getting this young lady while you can, because I'm telling you, a few years later, you might not because of schedule. Not because she don't have the heart of Texas to get to you, but some things might evolve and she might can't get to you. So while you can get her now, I'm telling you right now, make sure that you reach out to her and her team and make sure you get her booked as soon as possible. But this is another episode of the Author Spotlight. I thank you so much for coming out. This is for the planet shakers, the change agents, those who are thought leaders who are changing the world. Thank you so much, Wynter, for coming out. And remember, if you want to be like Wynter, if you want to move forward and have your book shared, reach out to us at self-published30days.com. We would love to assist you, me or any members of my team. We'll make sure that we add value to you, encourage you, and guide you through the book process. Thank you again for coming on, Wynter, and you have a safe travels, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you again.
All right, then. Bye-bye.